Greetings everyone, here's Lodrik again, and this is a game, War in the Pacific, Admiral's Edition. This is my play-by-ear match against Xargun. He's the commander of the Allied forces, and for me it is the Emperor of Japan. Scenario 1 with no other modification, or any modification at all, so going standard stock. And game version 26, a very classic one. And I took more or less the last base on Luzon Island. There's one small base still left, I must still catch, but and of course Bataan. So this is the 4th of January 1942, so you can see now 4 weeks into the war, and not sure if there's any really major or big clash to see here in the next minutes. Xargun is more or less retreating and delaying and not fighting where he has a choice to retreat. He's retreating Singapore, Clarkfield, Bataan. There was no choice. This is my border patrol craft of Mersing Port, Malaya. This is a patrol boat. One of the bigger one, 10-point ship. And these are 2 torpedo boats out of Singapore. So these are British ships, I think. British or Dutch, I'm not so sure, but and if this is now daytime, then these patrol boats, they don't have, these torpedo boats have no chance. They are operating normally at night, and they need a close distance, so 6,000 yards, or they cannot drop their torpedoes. And at 10,000 yards, if my patrol boat making hits, then they're always sinking. Okay, so Mersing here, north of Singapore. I never really use this kind of torpedo boats. I never played the others, so not that Japanese have so many of them. You can build them, but I think they're first defensive units, and they're really night engagement units. For daytime they have no real purpose. So I start to strike these British forces in Prome is a clear terrain, so I can increase or inflicted damage and increase the fatigue of the British retreating troops out of Burma. It's only a little risky because I know that there are British fighters nearby, because so far I don't really had any air battle for Burma, so there must be many buffaloes and hurricanes maybe soon, plus flying tigers. But at least 1 or 2 air wings from the flying tigers are in China, so maybe there's 1 flying tiger in, 1 wing with 27 airplanes, or 24. Singapore will cross soon onto the island and have this shock attack. This can always backfire, and in best case it is so-so. Especially because my army to enter Singapore is also the bare minimum, maybe double the attack value of the British. So it has the amount of firepower to achieve a victory is enough, but no backup, no reserve. So if I have a very bad dice roll, then I must maybe wait and finish the campaign in the Philippines, because I have there's nothing left. Units are in Burma are busy, units in the Philippines are busy, and my army for Singapore is all I have. There's nothing left in Japan. Good. Ground attacks and no enemy fighters today. Here are the first time, maybe, that Xargun using his Chinese aircraft to bomb my own units. Because I'm crossing over the river to block this hex and block more this railway. Because I saw that Xargun have his bombers here. And if I block the railway, then he cannot move more damaged airplanes around. And Changsha have a big airport. And yeah, so I won't cut Changsha more or less from the rest of the airfields that he cannot, because this is the best way. If you have damaged airplanes, you rail them to more far away base, and then there you can repair them, and then maybe send them back to the front line. If I cut the rail or block the rail, this is not more possible. And I can maybe destroy the aircraft on the ground via airfield strikes. But this is all future talking, and I don't know if this really happens. So it's only an attempt to cross the river. First I must achieve a victory there. Yeah. Recon missions, but no airstrikes. Okay. And here is the shock attack of Singapore. The first battle of Singapore, more or less. The 25th Army is, I think, the best army HQ, plus the Southern Army to support this attack. And this is the core units and two divisions, 5th and 18th Division, two Briggs Brigade supporting this. Other equipment is also here. But also I have here 1, 2, 3 Thai divisions, but these Thai divisions are all at half strength. So, and they are stronger than Chinese units, but weaker than Japanese. So their support more or less. Good. And this is what the British have here left. The strongest unit I can see here is this Australian unit. There's 2 Australian units. They was able to escape there. I think one starting in Mersing and maybe the other one in Johor Bahru. So if I can cut them down, this will help me. Okay. So I was not able to take down the fort level 3. I was not aggressive with my bombarding, so Xargun can build them up. The casualties, I would say, are still okay. I have here, of course, high numbers of disabled, but not really much getting destroyed, and this is what is important for me. So I took out at least 50 hard units fighting squads, plus over 125 getting disabled. So this means the attack value of Xargun is dropping to maybe 750 in best case. I'm not sure if these are tanks getting destroyed or only trucks. And for me, it is important to see how many of these disabled units are TIE units or support units, or if it's the hardcore, the two divisions. If the two divisions survive this, then I have still a good chance. And this was a shock attack. And yeah, shock attack, if you don't get at least a 1-to-1, then it's always the casualties are higher on your side. So not a good outcome, but I don't really expect too much, and I would say for the amount of troops and the quality of troops they sent to Singapore, it was okay. Here I choose now to attack directly and open the street that I can be faster in Wenchao or do something else with my armies. Easy victory. I also catch this HQ. It's too late retreating, so I destroy it. That is always good. The small base north of Comac, not important. Chesterton, and the British base was also giving up. So this is maybe the last British unit. I think the other bases are all empty, and only Tarakana Dutch forces. This is only bombardment, and that was all. So we had the first battle of Singapore. That was the main event here today, and yeah. Air losses 3-6. Flag losses again over Singapore. Of course, then normally okay. Today only 2 killed, but these are flag losses. Ship sunk. I was able to take out these 2 British. They have torpedoes here, right side and left side, each 1 torpedo. But these are not really torpedo boats. You can see these are really only. I know. Careful. Is this torpedoes? No, maybe they're torpedoes. Maybe. Yeah, but you can see these are not torpedo boats. These are only DC. Oh, this is maybe anti-submarine equipment. I don't know more really. Because they are too slow normally for torpedo. Yeah, anti-submarine equipment. Yeah. So these are not torpedo boats. These are I don't know, but I think these are anti-submarine port defense equipment. You keep this normally in your port because they don't have any range, and this will more or less try to hunt down and find submarines entering the port or as a base, as a hex next to the port maybe, but more far away you cannot go. And you have this anti-submarine equipment, but they are not torpedo boats because first they don't have torpedoes, they have only machine guns. And more important is they don't have any speed. So this was the reason why my patrol boat takes them out so easily. So victory here, not so important. I try to cross the river, but now Xargun know for sure I walk here in, so I cannot make any surprise attack more. And because he's hit me, I am now need 1 more hex, or I would cross today. And if he know I am coming, then I can maybe wait for my reinforcements. He has 1 more division also arriving this turn. So I maybe wait for the 2nd division and then walk together. 2 divisions have of course much more firepower. This is maybe a better outcome. Here's clear terrain, so yeah. Nothing else here to see. I took here out the HQ. That is okay. I am in Rangoon, but there was no no river, so no shock attack. I must take Rangoon. If I'm lucky, I can take the city for free at the beginning of the turn and almost fight for it. Yeah, and the big event of this turn was the Battle of Singapore. And here is now only not only important, but I would say most important is that my two divisions here, they are still at 98% TOE, so table of equipment. And this means that because this is fighting units, this one and this one and this one, they have nothing is killed. You can see nothing is killed, only very light damage. These are the two units they can take out normally the British best. The only problem is this river crossing was more or less not success, so the disruption is very high in fatigue. So I need to wait here 3-4 days at least to get this around maybe down to 10-20 maximum before I can strike again. I can also say that the biggest or the loser of the day was a unit tank, or the battle or the damage was, this was a tank unit. Here you can see there's a 20 to 37 is normally the equipment. So some light tanks are destroyed and some medium tanks are destroyed, plus this motor support is destroyed or damaged. So this tank unit is more or less out of action, and I will send them back to Johor Bahru and repair there. If you are in your friendly base without enemy presence and you have enough supplies, and this unit have enough support, because this can now support its own, so it's white. If it's green, you need external support. If it's white, you have enough own internal support. Then you can normally rebuild damage. I mean, the damaged units can be more active again, and you can also call reinforcements much faster. So I hope maybe in 1 week, latest in 2 weeks, this unit is completely rebuilt and ready to fight again. In the infantry, the infantry could be the Thai units, but they starting weak already, so I'm not so sure. I would say this Navy Guard unit also took a lot of damage, but again, nothing gets destroyed, only disabled. So they're tanking the damage for me. Maybe this unit also took a lot of, but again, only damaged, not killed. And for me, this is a core unit. The two divisions, if they are intact, they can take out everything. And normally, if I make it a standard attack, I can blow up 1 fort each attack. So if I blow up the next time, then I fight with the fort level 2, not more fort level 3. Good. Yeah. So I'm near Tarakan. Next turn I can maybe take on Tarakan. The situation in Bataan is, yeah, I am down with my disruption, so I can maybe make the next, I just move in Bataan, so next turn I can fight for Bataan. This is an only jungle, not more jungle rough, so it's only, this is like Singapore, both is double terrain for the defender. Good. Anything else here? Only picking some empty bases. New Caledonian conquest is over. Luganville is over. I only take Tana. And then this is all done. And then I must choose where I will continue. Good. See you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.